This edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Go ahead. Black 80! 180!
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And his first look is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
12, 12. White.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Hurry up!
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Garoppolo now. Throw left side complete. It's Doyle. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
White 20! 180!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback,
12.
you might be a little jumpy as well. It might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
First carry for Royce Freeman. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey. Here we go. 180!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
180!
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Doyle. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They go play action here on first down. Leaves it for Petty. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now he goes spin. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game too. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They'll set up a throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here we go, here we go. What do you need? 6. 12, fellas, here we go. 11. Go ahead.
That's the what?
11.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Telvin Smith coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Garoppolo looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Garoppolo on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
13.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. That finds Randall Cobb with a completion. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go. 180.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Doyle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I got you. 11. 6.
Switch.
11.
Hey, Mike's 50. I'm coming.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And Sutton rolls it in over the middle. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
6. What do you need?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this.
What do you need? 12, fellas, here we go. 11. 6.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
Hey. 4 down.
White. 13.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And the pressure gets to him again. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And McManus able to put it through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Jags. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. Back to throw now on second and 10. And incomplete on the deep ball. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10. They'll look to throw here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my...
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Telvin Smith in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
13, 11.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Green's got it over the middle. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. He's going to go deep for Conley. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to go deep for Conley. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of... And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
He'll drop to throw. And caught right side, Green. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Penny, a 1st down carry. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And Conley's got it over the middle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from taking the lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Black 80! 12, 12.
Garoppolo. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. The Broncos on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
11.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Black 80! 180!
Now they try the right side here. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
180!
On play action, now Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Marcel Darius able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
13! 13! 180! 180! Black!
55, 50.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Welcome back now to Denver. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got the hook up with Conley. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They got to get to the 23 here on third.
Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
13. Here we go. 180.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Doyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Garoppolo now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. He's going to wind up and air it out. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to Cobb. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Black 80. 180.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. This is taken at the 15. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
13.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. A handoff to Penny. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They're going to look to throw. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, Jaguars. A.J. Green hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Denver getting set to take the field. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Cole. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here. 2nd and 3.
Hey, gun.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
And teams have a tough time running the ball as this one has throughout this game. It's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Black 80! Black 80!
Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League.